barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to subscribe. So I'm gonna do a part two to this because I want to. I'll respond to 78. He talked about money. You spend your money, you have the right to fans. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm paraphrasing for understanding. Listen, here's where I get on fans, and here's what I genuinely, instinctively believe. Your money, and I'm gonna put a clip in the description. Click the link in the description box. Your money does not allot you to be disrespectful to the athletes that are performing before you. All right, and that's where it cuts off. I don't believe you have the right to be disrespectful, call these fighters out their name, and if you do, you have to be able to tell them to their face. That's all I'm saying. And that's why I said, if you're gonna be fighters disrespectful, one, you need to go see the man, and two, you need to hold yourselves to the same. You need to hold yourself to the same standards, and that's simply what I believe in. And so watch the clip. It's a basketball clip. You are not allowed to be disrespectful towards these fighters if you're not going to tell them to their face. That's what I believe, and that's what I stand. I stand firm on it. I stand firm on it. If you're not going to use your money like I do, use my money to cover these fights, and talk to these gentlemen how I talk to them online, or the questions that I have online, I ask them in person. If you're not going to do that, then you can't call these fighters out their name. You can't. You have no merit to do it, because the same hood values you got to have on the corner office in the hood is the same values you got to have in the corner office in the high rise, and I stand by it. So that's so simply put. And I'm actually shocked that 78 disagreed with me on this. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually bewildered that he disagreed with me on my stance as it relates to the fans. Now, if you just want to be a fan and enjoy the fights, you have every right to do whatever you want to do. But when it gets disrespectful and you can't spend your money to go to the fighter and tell them, then, I mean, you have no value. You have no merit. You're not a man. You're a 28-year-old being, 38-year-old being. You're not a man if you can't do what you say and say what you do. If you're going to be disrespectful online, be disrespectful in person. And I stand by that. If you're not going to spend the money to go to these fights and yell and be this, man, I'm just firm on that. I always believe in doing things the right way. I always believe in from day one, I always believe in being a man, being a gentleman, taking the high road. You will never, ever see me on this channel be disrespectful to fighters if I won't tell them how I feel in person. Those two go together with me. If I call Sergey Kovalev a racist, I got to call him a racist in the interview. Well, like, if I disagree with Adrian Broner, I got to be disagreeing. But anyways, you guys get my point. So to all the fans out there misunderstanding my message, I don't know where it stirred wrong. To the innocent bystanders, the innocent fans spending their money going to enjoy the fight, I'm not talking about you. But I say these selfish, fat, disrespectful fans who are holding these fighters to standards and being blatantly disrespectful, and you won't tell the fighters their face, I have no respect for you. I don't respect that at all. I genuinely don't respect that. And the same, and 78, the same values you have in the street is the same values you got to have online, and the same values you got to have in the business. I stand by that and I live by that. And on to another note. I really need to get this out. And I think this video is going to do better than if I title it on another. Aretha Franklin had no will. Aretha Franklin had no will. 76 years old, worth millions of dollars. Her catalog alone is worth millions of dollars. Not how much money she had in the bank. Remember Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog for, I don't know, X amount of dollars? Her catalog is worth millions of dollars. If I'm Jay-Z or somebody like that, I buy the catalog. You make me feel like a natural woman will be in some woman's commercial to the day this earth disintegrates. Just being real with you. Respect will be on somebody's movie somewhere every day till the earth disintegrates. And that's where the financial literacy piece come in as I'm talking to these fans. Hear me out, fans. If you got to make a decision to go to a fight based off finances and not personal enjoyment, you don't need to go. All right? And I stand by that. I stand firm on that. For 10 years, I made so many financial sacrifices, and I only could speak on myself. All right? I didn't do no extracurricular activities for the most part if it wasn't free or it wasn't a nominal fee. It wasn't free or a nominal fee, like very inexpensive. I wouldn't do it. I was a vegetarian for 10 years because I couldn't afford to eat the first 3 or 4 years. I was eating jasmine rice and Cuban baked beans from Trader Joe's because they were 79 cents and the bag of rice was $2.50. I'm being real G with y'all. But Aretha Franklin, as many people as she knew around the globe, she didn't have a will. Don't you know these lawyers are going to be sharks and keep this in probate and keep this in the courts for the next 2 years? Shit. Oh my gosh. I genuinely can't believe it. So as we move this conversation further down the football field, all right, we can put the other stuff to bed about disrespecting fans. I will only attack fans who are disrespectful. Your money does not afford you the luxury to be disrespectful to these fighters. I'm just being real with you. All right? And if you're going to be disrespectful, you got to go see the man. The same rules in the street, 78, the same rules online, the same room in the court office. And that's the way I feel. And 78, you know how I feel about respect. I stand firm in it. Whether the guy is big enough to beat me up, he's going to have to beat me up. I stand firm on self-respect. I stand firm on who I am as a person. Now, to change the narrative and make it about hardworking people, no, man. We all hardworking people. The money doesn't define the character, right? Your reward financially is based on what you think you're worth. And I need to do a video about that, how people are undervaluing their worth. I'll do a video on that down the line. But to talk about money from a fan's perspective and Aretha Franklin doesn't have a will? Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. That's asinine. That's literally asinine. Those lawyers are going to make millions of dollars. And they're going to have about 10 of them. How many kids she has? Each kid is going to have a separate lawyer. Oh, man. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. So anyways, man, I just want to clear there. So I'm going to wrap this up and say this again. Your money does not afford you the luxury to be disrespectful to these fighters. I'll say it again. What's up, Link? Where's... Okay. I'll say this, Lincoln. Your money does not afford you the luxuries to be disrespectful. And if you're going to be disrespectful on the line, be a man about it. Use your money, like I do, to tell the fighter to their face what you think about them. That's simply the case. But to the people that work hard, come here, dude. To the people that work hard every day, hey, we are cut from the same cloth. I love you.
Love you too.
I'll be upstairs in a minute. I got like 1 minute left, and I'll be upstairs. All right, so at the end of the day, it is what it is. So feel free. Hit the subscribe button. If you guys want to donate to we have 75 backpacks now. I just want you to know that. I'm going to go buy 25 more tomorrow, and we're going to have 100 backpacks. So anyways, Dre, someone donated 24 backpacks today. Yeah, so we have 75 now. So anyways, man. So that's simply how I feel. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. And I'm a little bit disappointed in 78 that he would disagree with me on this. For real, like I'm disappointed in you, 78. Like your money does not give you a right to dictate to dictate disrespectfulness towards fighters if you won't tell them to their face. I'm shocked that you would even draw a parallel because you spend money, you have the right. No. And two, convoluting the message and saying hardworking people who spend it. That's not where I'm going with that. One, I'm going to say it again, and then I'm done. If you spend money on a fight, I applaud you. Two, if you spend money and is disrespectful, one, you got to go see the man and tell them to their face. And two, you must hold yourself to that standard. So if you expect the fighter to be in shape and you're disrespectful, you need to be in shape. That's just what I believe. Personal accountability, right? How can you, what Adele Givens say? She says, when her boyfriend was talking about the dude made a bad play, she says, nigga, if you was on that team, you'd be on the goddamn bench. And that's just simply what I believe. All right? There's a standard that I must hold myself to as a reporter. I don't care what other people do. But if I have the time, like now, there's 5 weeks in between fights, I can watch the last 10 Sean Porter fights. I can watch the last 10 Danny Garcia fights and give you guys a honest account. Remember, I'm 26-1-1 in my last 28 fights. So me being pragmatic has been financially rewarding if you've taken my bets, if you've taken my predictions. Has been financially rewarding. I got to take this call. Barbershop Conversation. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Peace.